Well, as a young fellow growing up on a cattle station, we had a massive snooker room, and in that snooker room were Charles Bean's war diaries. And before I could even read, I used to flick through them, delve through them, and look at all the pictures. We're always sort of really instilled with respect for ANZAC Day, even as children in the bush. It's not something you want to celebrate. War's a horrible thing, but it's certainly something, like I say, in a young country like Australia, in our history, it has been, probably, you could nearly suggest there's more years that we've been at war or involved in some form of conflict around the world than we haven't. Myself and my great mate Michael Bryant, who is my horse chiropractor here and travelled with me over the years with the likes of Black Caviar and that, we've done tours to sort of northern France and Belgium and Vietnam. And we just sort of always made a point of being respectful of and very mindful of where our soldiers back over 100 years ago laid their lives down, and it doesn't take a lot out of your day to go and visit a cemetery or see a monument. It's really fulfilling, to sit in the trenches at ANZAC Cove and watch where, the light horse without their horses charged over and bayonet charges and to go to the Lantan Cross, the Battle of Lantan. There was a little sideline that Michael and I used to do, and I got my backside smacked for it a while back, but I didn't think it was disrespecting that where the soldiers used to embark and disembark, ANZAC Cove and a lot of the beaches in Normandy and those sort of places, and once again in Vietnam, you always saw photos of the soldiers bathing in the ocean or the rivers naked. So Michael and I thought, why not? It was good enough for the diggers 100 odd years ago. You go to somewhere like ANZAC Cove and you're walking over bullet shells out into the ocean or into the sea. It's quite amazing. Youngest daughter, Celine, she spent 7 years in the army, and I was extremely proud when I went and watched her march out, I was tears flowing down my cheek. I'm a very silky bastard when it comes to my children, and the woman, the young girl that went into the army and the woman that came out were two different people. Probably physically and emotionally the hardest thing I've ever done in my life was walking the Kokoda track. And you can go there, and you go there with the right people, and you can sit on river embankments where, blokes were basically given their last rites. Their mates rolled them a cigarette, left them a machine gun with a few bullets, and walked off knowing they were going to die, and they held off. You stand there in amazement, and then it's not unusual for a tear to roll down your cheek and appreciate what those blokes went through. If you have the opportunity to walk Kokoda, and I did it wrong side of 50, smoking 2 packets of bungers a day, there's no excuse for any bugger not to do it. So it is one of the most fulfilling things you'll ever do as an Australian. We're a country that were built on the back of hard work, respect to women, Christianity, and the digger. The soldiers that fought for that lifestyle, and I think it's very important, and he's always to be very much respected. The men and women that not only fought but fell for the quality of life that we live today, I think it's extremely important and should be taught from first Australians to new Australians. I'm just looking over at the back of my old ute over there, and there's a great little caption on there, and I'll get Digger to give a shot of it. It's a little sign that says, "Love the country you live in, or live in the country you love." So if you don't respect ANZAC Day, like I said earlier, don't let the door hitch on the arse on the way out.